Where the video games? Where my video? I can't breathe.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to another exciting episode of the ZaKa podcast. And today, we got quite a clusterfuck going on. We got two special guests, two good friends of Hitashura and myself. It's Lee and Henry. And I would also like to introduce to you now my co-host, Hitashura.
What's up,
my
guys?
man?
What's up? Bro, I have such a headache right now. Like, it's not even funny. With the announcement of this cable box, apparently, that Microsoft put out, and then the patches for Injustice, my fucking head hurts, man. Like, oh my god.
Well,
terrible.
That's unfortunate, but we're about to get pretty into it, so I hope you got some aspirin ready for you, man.
Yeah, sure.
But Lee, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I feel like I can't think of anything but, like, the Xbox One, though, honestly. It's just been, like, all I've been looking at all day today.
And what about you, Henry? How you doing, man?
Same thing. I love that there was pretty much nobody, because another thing, I work at a GameStop. So
right on. One of my GameStop's employees in here, man. I was too.
Oh, that's funny. But one out of the many people I've attended today, only one person even asked about the new system.
Yeah,
it's pretty fucking sad. I saw the whole thing, and I thought it was hilarious.
You know what's really funny about that? I love how as soon as they announced their system, their stocks drop while Nintendo's and Sony stocks rise drastically. Like, it was
like
wow.
10% stock increase for I think Sony, and I can't remember how much it was for Nintendo. I think it was about the same amount, though, I believe.
Yeah, that's
Microsoft's that shit went down hard, man.
Yeah, and apparently it was at like a 5-year high or something.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
It's very sad, and just the overall presentation. Like, you know what's really funny? Like, how they started their conference was like, hey, guess what? It's a cable box. You can watch cable bullcrap. And we're like, what? Where are the games? What is this?
Well, I guess we should actually introduce what we're going to talk about. Today's show, we are going to be talking about, obviously, the Xbox One reveal. Yes, the fucking one is pretty symbolic considering that the goddamn downgrade in gaming.
It's the most pretentious name for a system I've ever seen. Oh, actually heard in my life. It's like the Xbox One. Like, it's the one, the chosen one, the one system you want to buy. When I think of the Xbox One, it's like the one system I want to take a shit on and throw it down a mountain because it's a pile of garbage. Like, holy crap. Like, Jesus.
But we will also be running about, like, the PS4 as well, talk about what they talked about, since we actually now have, we actually got concrete news going on now for the systems, I guess, so, aside from the game, so, let's get into it. We're going to talk about the PS4, the Wii U, and the Xbox One. Let's get at it, gentlemen.
All right, so Xbox One.
Let's start with the Xbox One since we're on it.
Yeah. But, so it's a cable box. The design looks pretty fucking shitty, not gonna lie. I mean, like, I'm not trying to be biased here, and I don't want, like, fans of the podcast or just viewers in general, like, oh, Hitashura is probably, like, the Sony guy or whatever. I'm just gonna say this right now. I have an Xbox. I have a 360. I have Sony, and I have Nintendo systems. I have a bunch of systems, And so far, what I've seen, I'm not really impressed. First off, the design. It looks like a VCR made by Toshiba in, like, 1994. The design is awful. Like, it's a black rectangle. That's it. It literally looks like a shoebox. Like, with the Microsoft logo on it. It looks stupid. Like, it comes with a Kinect, which a lot of these Xbox systems already came with, which is whatever. It comes with 500 gigabytes of memory, which is about fucking time. They actually had more than, like 200 gigs of memory. The only problem I have is, like, it's probably not going to be the standard, laptop hard drive like Sony's always been. It's probably going to be another new hard drive for Xbox. So, like, you have to purchase it. Like, if you want to get upgraded, you have to buy a new one.
I'm really wondering if they're going to have NTFS support for the new Xbox, because, like, that was really a problem for the Xbox 360, just because I couldn't keep large gigabyte files on
Mhm.
the same hard drive that I was playing things from. It's like I
Yeah.
was restricted to FAT32 all the time.
Yeah,
It's
man.
Like, yeah, just
Also, one thing I actually, when they were talking about everything, I did like was the fact that you can capture video, like footage from you playing the game and immediately upload it to YouTube. So it comes with a capture card feature, which I actually think is pretty cool.
But that's
'Cause-
what the PS4 already fucking does, though,
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
So it's
So they
like not
both do
really
it.
like a true incentive. It's just now at this point I'm kind of seeing is like, okay, this is kind of like one of the given things of next gen.
Yeah,
it's
but
just
more
I'm
so
just,
at this
now.
point.
I'm just
It's a
saying,
standard.
It's a standard, but like it's still a pretty cool idea. When I saw that they bought, like, Sony did, I'm like, oh, it's dope. And Microsoft, I was like, okay, that's cool too. I mean, like,
Oh yeah,
but
definitely.
I like it because, like, instead of you having to buy that high-end, like, $130 capture card just to capture your games, it's already in the system. So, it's convenience. That's one positive thing I have to say about it.
Yeah, and I do like the multitasking nature of it. I just don't really like how they implemented it, at least. I mean,
Yeah.
like with the fantasy football shit. But I mean, also like that was silly. They made such a big deal about that, and it's just like, that's not what game's about. I don't really care. But
What are games? What are games, man? What are games?
yeah,
What are video games?
Yo, where the video games? Where the video games? Oh, I can't breathe, man. No, for real though, like where the fucking video game? They spent like 85% of that conference talking about fucking cable TV, man. I'm like, I don't give a shit about any of this.
Yo, man,
That
that
was-
live-action Halo TV show, man, that's definitely making me want to buy an Xbox, let me tell you.
Band of Brothers featuring fucking Master Chief, okay? Like, nobody gives a shit about that,
Yeah.
okay? Like, for one, only one audience is going to be able to watch it because it's going to obviously be one of those things exclusive to that system. Like, you can only watch it on that system. But, all this crap about how you got to run the thing through a cable box. And, you don't have to be connected online at all times, but, like, at the same time, I felt like that was a real roundabout way of saying you do have to be online, in a sense. You have to be connected to something, and I don't know.
What gets to me? The fact that you have to pay to play pre-owned games on that system.
Oh, my God.
When I heard that, bro, I started laughing my ass off in the middle of, just middle of the day today. I just lost it. I pissed myself. I peed a little bit today, like literally peed. Like, when people are like, yo, I peed a bit, but they're just kidding. I legit peed. Like, it was that fucking funny. Like, do you understand how ludicrous that idea is, paying to play pre-owned games? What if you want to go to your boy's house and say, yo, you want to try this new Elder Scrolls game? It's called fucking Foreskin Rim. You want to play this shit? Yeah, word, I'm down for this new Elder Scrolls game. And you pop it in your boy's system. Oh, wait, I got to pay money to play it on your system because Microsoft's a bunch of fucking dildos.
This just sounded really homoerotic, man. You're like, yeah, man, let me just play Foreskin Rim in your system. Like, come on, man.
Nah, but seriousness, it's like, oh, better lug your whole fucking Xbox over there.
Yeah,
I mean, originally, this is my thing. I want to call out some fucking fanboys, and we're going to do this consistently for each system, okay? We're
Yeah.
going to call them out. But as far as, like, the Xbox motherfuckers that were, like, talking shit about the PS4 announcement and all that, look here. For one, no games. Two, it's like, you got to pay for the...
Whoa. Hold on. There was Forza 5, which looked exactly like Gran Turismo 5, which came out last generation.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. No, nobody gives a damn about Forza. It's gonna still have them whack ass man.
Dude, that's the whole point.
That
I was just trolling, man. Come on, I mean.
I already know you're trolling. I'm just saying, come on now. Microsoft don't deserve no props for what the fuck they did. Like, granted, I think they did a good job at gearing towards, I guess, the bros, motherfuckers that don't know anything about gaming or actually care about, the cost of gaming. You know what I'm saying? The values of gaming.
Yep.
But, like you said, the whole used game thing. I mean, dude, to have to pay the same fee, the fee that you have to pay to play that game is basically you have to pay twice for the same game, basically. It's fucking absurd. So there's really no point in buying a used game anymore. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get you to buy the game new.
Which is retarded because since Microsoft, they're a software company and they're not hardware, they're gonna fail on the hardware aspect again, and it's gonna be another problem, whether it's called the red VCR of death, fucking I don't know what the fuck this problem's gonna be called or whatever, but there's gonna be a problem. And what if your system dies? Oh shit, I got it fixed. I'm gonna play this game again. Or oh wow, I'm buying a new system. Oh wait, now I have to pay for the game again.
Now,
Oh,
let's let's not even get to the whole thing about the lack of backwards compatibility. Look, and that's one thing that they were getting the PS3 shit for, or the PS4 shit for. You know, I'm just like, okay, well, your system's clearly lacking backwards compatibility too, but at the same time, it's like you're not going to even be able to transfer over any of the downloadable stuff either. So it's the same situation.
Yeah.
So at this point, I'm kind of think of this whole situation in a different light as far as backwards compatibility goes. Like, if you're willing to invest in a new system, chances are you don't really care to play the old games anymore. You want to play new experiences, so that's understandable. But I will call out motherfuckers that are going to sit here and basically sell all their old shit just to buy the new thing. You know what I'm saying? And
Hold on
it's
a second before you
that's
do.
not
Hey,
guaranteed.
Lee,
Yeah.
are you mashing your face on your keyboard? What the fuck are you doing? What is that
My
noise?
bad, dude. I was like clicking something.
Oh,
I
okay.
was not even thinking about it.
No, because like normally.
It sounded like an arcade stick for a second.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
it sounded like you were
we can
beating your
pretend that I
face
was
on
playing
it.
Video games, so it would have been.
No, sorry, man. It's just getting really
It's all
loud.
good. No, thanks for letting me know.
Keep going.
Oh, but yeah, man, it's just you can't call out one company for doing one thing, and it's like you got a whole another company fucking. They're not even guaranteeing backwards compatibility through Cloud Network or anything, as far as I'm concerned. They haven't said anything about it. At least Sony outright said you can play like the PS1, PS2, some PS3 games on that Cloud Network.
Yeah.
But you know, so far it's understandable if you really do look at the Sony or like Sony PlayStation like history, like you know. The 2 and 3 in particular ran on like very specific architectures. So like a lot of those games are hard to port over. So, you know, the fact is the PS4, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like they gave a stronger presentation, dude. Like, I felt like if you're going to, the first thing is Microsoft came out and marketed this thing not as a video game system, basically. It was a fucking multimedia device.
That's why we
or
have
cable
TiVo.
box, actually, like you said, man. Like,
That's
they
why we have
basically
TiVo for. Like when I saw it, I was like, "Yo, I have TiVo. What are you doing?" It's
The
just,
thing that really blows my mind about this is that, like, even on the Xbox Live now, you can access ESPN, but it doesn't actually require you to have a cable connection. Whereas now, when we have to go into next generation, you get all these apps and everything where, like, yeah, maybe that makes it convenient for me to access HBO, but I still have to have an HBO subscription. I still have to go and get Insight to come and like give me cable, as well as having like this extra new console just to manage that shit. It doesn't even give me, you know, the channels that I'm looking for, which is just a small handful out of the rest of them.
Dude, I don't even fucking watch TV, dude.
me neither.
Exactly, yeah. Like, I mean, I'm just maybe I would if I was like it was super accessible, if every channel was streamable.
Or if like there was stuff on TV to watch.
Or I mean, like I watch cartoons and shit sometimes.
Sometimes, but like a lot of cartoons like aren't like the same anymore. But like, I mean, like I digress on that. What gets to me though? I don't understand why people are bitching about this not being able to play Xbox or PS3 games on the new system. I understand backwards compatibility is a nice feature and all, but let's look at systems as they age. Like as we grew up, Super Nintendo, did it play Nintendo games? No. Did the N64 play Super Nintendo games? It did not. Did the GameCube play N64 games, Super Nintendo games, or Nintendo games? No, it did not. But people still bought it.
Yeah, but keep in mind that was a convenience that people became used to with PS2 and PS1 than Wii and GameCube. So when you take that away, people are going to start bitching.
But the only thing is the PS3 doesn't even play PS2 games. That's the thing. It doesn't play that. Only the original models, and they took it out to make it more accessible, more affordable for the customers, which is fine. But in the end, these people who are like, oh, I want backwards compatibility, about 80% of those people don't even play the old stuff because like they go, oh, the graphics not as good, or basically the PS2 was still in production, or you can get a PS2 for cheap. The PS3 is still going to be in production, so if you want to play your PS3 games, you still have your PS3. Don't get rid of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I wouldn't either. I wouldn't anyway.
I feel like the PS3 is one of those pieces of hardware that will last for years, just like the Super Nintendo does. You know what I'm saying? My Super Nintendo still works from like 94, 95. You know what I'm saying? Like it's still running perfectly. It's just, you know.
It would be nice if I still had an option to actually purchase.
Yeah, it'd still be nice, but it's not like the end all, the be all. The end all, the be all.
I'm not like condemning any of them.
The end all, the be all was the fact that I can't transfer my purchases over to the PS4. That I think is retarded. I think.
That sucks.
Yeah, because, I mean, dude, we've talked about this actually before, and I'm sure you guys will agree. You know, there has been some excellent fucking releases on the digital network, and I just think it's a fucking shame, both on Microsoft and Sony's part, that they're throwing that away. Because you have to think of exclusives like Hardcore Uprising, the Contra game on there. Oh, my God.
It's so good.
Fucking Mega Man 9 and 10. You know, you have all these games, and basically you're going to say that they're lost in cyberspace forever. You know what I'm saying?
You know what
I think that's sad.
I know.
Well,
I know what. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, man.
Are the games that you bought in the Wii Shop channel accessible on the Wii U?
It's different.
Yeah, they're transferable. Yeah. They're transferable, but if you do it to access through the Wii Shop channel, it's kind of inconvenient. I don't even like that Wii Shop. I have a Wii U. I don't like that Wii Shop channel. I wish they would just patch that out.
Well, I mean, either way, you still have access to some things like Mega Man 9 and 10. I'm just saying, like, for like that console, anyways.
Yeah. It's nice that they gave you the option.
Yeah. But like, what I don't understand is like, what I'm not what I don't understand. What I'm trying to get at is now them saying it's not backwards compatibility. That they can't transfer the games over. Sorry, can't talk. But they have this cloud network where you can play the old games. I'm thinking it's just a way to market the cloud system that they're implementing on the new system. So it's like, oh, why would these people use the cloud systems if they already bought all their games on the PS3, and if they transfer over, they're not going to want to use it. So why don't we make it so we don't transfer it over, and they're going to have to use our cloud system?
I mean, it's a solid way to market something, but it definitely presents an advantage, I think.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's hard to deny that advantage. It comes with its costs. You know, I mean, they're going to be able to essentially control all the games that you have access to. Mm-hmm. You know, you're in danger of like limiting the games that you're able to buy because just by paying this one service, prices could go up. But I mean, overall, I feel like
dictator shit.
Yeah, I know it's it definitely has the potential for abuse.
Pay for games you don't even own.
God damn! Before we knew it, M. Bison took over video games, dude. Like, straight up, because, I mean, now, quick thing, I did kind of want to run into the specs before we move on to the PS4, actually, since, you know, I think we pretty much covered the Xbox One. It's a piece of shit,
definitely,
because with nothing to show for it
right now. We didn't cover the controller before we talk about the specs.
You're talking about the fucking shiny model of the fucking GameStop reject controllers?
Yeah.
Man, that shit can
Holy
get
shit,
here.
You thought of that too. That's
I thought of it too. We all thought of it.
It does look so cheap.
It looks okay. I mean, they didn't change anything, so whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically just more of the same, just slightly...
It's basic.
Yeah.
Oh, we kept the perfect controller. We just changed the D-pad.
What if they brought back the black and white button?
Oh God, people be pissed.
I'd laugh. But like, the thing is, though, they say they changed the D-pad. This shit looks exactly the same.
I honestly never cared for it.
It's no longer circular, man.
Oh wow, what a big improvement! It still looks like a piece of crap. Like,
yeah. Supposedly it also clicks when depressed.
Oh
What?
Wow, what an advantage! Ooh.
With this new click technology.
Yeah.
Oh my God, tactile response. What is that?
It's still just like, I don't know, too large. I'd rather use like a actual PS3 or I guess now PS4 D-pad just with like the individual buttons.
Well, what about the specs itself? Like, you guys heard it's like an 8-core CPU, like 8 gig of system memory, 500 gig hard drive. Apparently, the system uses a single system on a chip, and basically combines like all the functions of the GPU, CPU, and memory into one chip.
Yeah,
that sounds really weird. That sounds kind of familiar to the cell processor that they were talking shit about.
Those,
this sounds lazy,
Windows
dude.
Tablets, those new Windows tablets, I believe they use the same that acronym, the SoC, system on a chip.
Yep.
It's not the same processor. Like, I'm not sure if it's an 8-core. Maybe it is. I'm not intimately familiar with it or anything. But it's strange that they're essentially using like the same technology for that. I mean, I guess like the tile system and like Internet Explorer is all fairly similar too.
But let's say if that chip were to go bad, let's say, then the whole system's fucked, right?
Well, I mean, that's for any system,
but
but the thing is that's weird that I read about it was it connects directly to the heat sink. That the chip itself does.
That's
Really?
weird.
So you can't actually remove it?
Yeah, it says it connects directly to the heatsink via a phase change interface material.
Well, that could be actually advantageous. I don't know.
Would you care to explain?
Well, I mean, just like considering the earlier problems with the older Xboxes prior to like the Jasper chipsets being released, when they had the main reason why the red rings happened is because the CPU overheated, and like then they fixed the problem with the second release, and then then they ruined it again with the NXE being released, the the new look with the avatars and everything.
Yeah.
So I mean, like if it presents a better cooling option, then hopefully they're trying to cover their backs so that doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
I would at least hand it to them for making the effort and changing it. But
I don't know. I mean, I had my Xbox 360 for over 5 years now, and I haven't had a single problem. I had to open it up once to dust, like, just air can it. Other than that, it's had no problems.
Yeah, I mean, like mine too. It's actually probably more like 6 to 7 years. But
Damn, I was about to say, if you got a launch one, bravo.
No, I didn't have a launch one. It was still after, I think, like a year or two afterwards. Whenever the lower voltage boxes were released, when like the power block is slightly different and you have the slightly the input. I mean, those ones actually take up less power, and so it, like, I guess affects the heating in some way. I'm not an engineer or anything.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know, dude. Like, I've never had any 360 last on me for more than 6 months. I went through 4 of them. Fuck that system. Microsoft sucked my dick. If you want to win the gamers back, quit being fucking assholes. Moving the fuck onto the PS4, gentlemen. Do you agree?
I was gonna say quit being sus, but yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, like overall, yeah, I agree. We should like, who's excited for June 10th? Right, is when the PS4 comes out. Like, I do want to see what they're actually going to show for the console itself.
Oh, what it looks like, yeah.
Well, not necessarily what it looks like, but what its user interface looks like. Mm-hmm. Because I mean, really, the only advantages that I can see for the Xbox One having really is just in the user interface, like multitasking and things like that. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm sure that's probably something that's going to be a standard now in the new consoles. So.
Yeah. I don't know. I've heard like the GPU is like 1.84 teraflops or something like that.
Yeah.
It was like some next generation Radeon. I can't remember what exactly like all the specs were, but I just know like it had like 8 gigs of RAM or whatnot.
8 gigs of RAM, which the Xbox One does have. It has a GPU 1.84 teraflops, whatever it's called.
Teraflops.
Teraflops. Radeon thing that you just said.
I know the Blu-ray drive's faster. That's about as much as I know.
There's a single chip custom processor as well.
Yeah, for the Xbox, the system on a chip.
No,
like,
PS4 has it too, apparently.
Oh, what it does? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's
so
weird.
I guess this is like. So I'm guessing they actually got their shit together, dude. Like, I don't know, like. Because I felt like the main problem with the PS3 was like this whole cell processor, right? Like how everything needed to be done on one thing.
Yeah.
I remember everybody complaining about that. I don't know. Like I said, dude, I'm not like the tech genius, man. Lee, you happen to know a lot more than I do.
That's why you're here.
I mean, like, well, I guess maybe they have similar graphical capabilities, but they still haven't really specified the speed for the RAM yet, as far as I know.
The RAM says here, it just says
for the PS4 they've stated it, the GDDR5.
Yeah.
But for the Xbox it was kind of like vague.
The hard disk drive is built in, which is most likely going to use a computer hard drive like they've always had, so it can always be replaced or whatever.
Oh, like the ATA status, yeah.
Yeah, which will be good. The optical drive is I have no idea what this means, so I'm gonna hope you translate this Arabically. BD 6 times CAV and
your Blu-ray drive, man.
Yeah, the 6x CAV.
Yeah, that's just the speed.
Oh, okay. And the DVD drive is 8 times.
Yeah, I mean that's just the read speed. I think
right.
that's like average DVD read speed.
Okay. Like I said, I'm not like me and Tokyo are not tech guys. I mean, like we know like, oh, this is a graphics card. This one's good. We know what RAM can do. But when it comes to like going in depth, we're just like, fuck.
Speak for yourself, nigga. I knew what that was. That was the read speed.
Damn, get called out, you know. All right, I have that shame.
Fuck with you, dude.
It has a super speed USB 3.0, which I think the Xbox has as well because it says it has a USB 3.0. I mean, we gave you the link to the specs. Do you have it still?
No, I'm looking at it right now as you read it.
All right. So why don't you read it and tell us what it does?
I mean, essentially, like I said, for the most part, it seems like they're comparable. I don't really know the exact capabilities, like I said, for the system-on-a-chip processors.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, as far as the GPU, it seems like it's more powerful on the PS4 specs.
Yeah.
The Xbox uses like the ATI.
Mm-hmm.
PS4 uses, or at like 500 megahertz. And let me look at like the PS4 specs.
See, like I had an idea, like a theory that when Xbox was going to release a system, it'd be similar to the PS4s, except I think PS4 would be a step above, and so far my theory has been right. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's essentially the same thing that happened this past generation as well.
Yeah.
It's just now that both of them have a Blu-ray drive, developers don't have to be lazy and just develop for the Xbox and then port it over to the PS3. They're gonna have to learn how to develop on a fucking Blu-ray disc now.
I'm gonna say
Well, the thing is,
now they pretty much. I'll say this: all the companies in general, you know, it says Nintendo because Nintendo does their own thing. Nintendo, you know what I'm saying? But as far as like the PS4 and 360 goes, I mean, I'll say this generation is seriously going to be so similar as far as architecture goes.
Mm-hmm.
I will say this. These motherfucking developers have no more fucking excuses anymore to have shoddy ports for one.
Exactly.
And they also need to be creative as fuck. Because now these guys handed them a silver platter full of all the specs that they can possibly even want as far as, you know, making a game that they want to make.
Yeah.
So, I mean, really, dude, like, if they can't do games right with this generation, games are officially fucked because the guys aren't creative anymore, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's always what pissed me off when I was, like, going more towards PS3, when I noticed, like, early ports, they were usually worse. And it took the near end of the PS3's lifespan to be like, okay, now they're either the same or they're better. Because, like, now PS3 versions get more content, like BioShock Infinite, you got the first game for free. Assassin's Creed had, like, extra missions and shit.
Uh-huh.
But before that, it was all just glitches and it runs slower or it looks worse. Skyrim. Remember Skyrim for fucking PS3?
Unplayable fucking yes, we were just talking about that game.
Last episode, hey, I just hit water. Oh, it froze. Hey, you're a villager. Let's talk. Oh, it froze. Hey, I'm tying my shoes. Yeah, this game just froze again. Like, it just, everything would freeze and shit. It was crazy.
Yeah. So hopefully now, like he said, with the whole same Blu-ray drive thing, they'll finally, like, be much, there won't be any problems.
There won't be any excuses anymore. Like,
yeah.
Like, yeah. So, like I said, both systems look pretty, like, almost like similar, like almost mirror image. It's just, you know, I'm pretty sure
on games.
It's focusing on games. Like, okay, PS4, I'm pretty sure I can play pre-owned still because they didn't specify that when they released the information about the system. Xbox.
I'm pretty sure they said it can. Like, that's no problem.
No, I'm saying
that's
you can. That's what I'm saying. It's
okay.
Xbox, there's a problem. You can't. You have to pay for it again. Okay, that's one thing I don't like. The system, like I said, as you all know, I'm an artsy person. I'm an art major. I don't like the way the system looks. I think the system looks retarded. Has a PS4 system, like, you know, the looks have been, like, you know, revealed yet? No, but if it looks bad, I'm gonna be like, this system looks like ass too. Like,
Did you think the PS3 looked bad, like the first model?
The first model looked, I mean, like, it looked alright. I didn't like the lettering on the system because, like,
yeah, Spider-Man
letters, you know what I'm saying?
I don't really like the color scheme, like the white stripe.
Yeah, like, I was just like, it looked alright. I liked the slim better, how it had the nice,
It's not glossy finish.
The matte finish looked much better. The new model looks cool too. The slide up top, it's just the problem is it's like flimsy. That's what I like.
It's plasticky and generally like shitty.
Yeah,
my friend has it. It's really loud.
Is it?
Yeah, it's pretty loud.
That's pretty bad. Hopefully they don't.
He's got a lot of dust in it probably because mine gets really loud and overheats if I don't like dust it. You know.
I should tell him that. Yeah.
Yeah, but hopefully hopefully the way the PS4 looks is actually, you know, appealing because the Xbox just looks very minimalistic. It's just a square. It's just a rectangle, like I said, a shoebox or a cable box. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just straight black.
Well, they showed that teaser, and it seemed like it's going to have some angles to it. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm pretty interested more so, like, in a lot of the features they got coming out for it, like this, like a couple of the more practical, cool fucking things that the Wii had for those of you people out there that's like, the Wii fucking sucks. No, the Wii actually had, like, the standby feature for games. I love that. Where you could just basically leave a game idle, and, like, next time you open that game back up, you'll be in the spot.
Yeah.
I think
Also,
that's a
a
sick
reset
feature.
I forgot.
Yeah,
I forgot it
yeah.
even had that feature.
Oh god, dude. Dude, I think like the reset button has been like underplayed like in the last couple gens because dude, that
Yeah.
was a useful thing to have.
Yeah, no, I love that about a game. Just
Yeah.
like automatically being able to go back to the start screen no matter what. Like they've eliminated like the button combo, you know, like hold
Yeah,
up,
the soft
down, all four
reset.
buttons. Yeah, the soft resets for most games already too. And it's just
Yeah.
like, why?
I forgot. Yeah, a lot of games had that back then.
Yeah.
Yep, they
And
did.
we also should mention like the fact that on the PS4 apparently you can like do the demo downloading, like play demos while you download them.
That's pretty
I
dope.
thought that was kind of cool.
I like
Yeah,
that.
that's pretty cool. I like it. Yeah.
It has to be. It's the only flaw I see in that. It's like if you have really shitty internet, it's like, oh, I took a step, buffering. I took another step, buffering. It's just like, damn it, I just
Yeah.
want to play it.
Shit, man.
Then
Hopefully
again,
not.
then you can just like still deal with only downloading it normally and not playing the demo.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's
But knowing
It's
how
not
impatient
necessarily
people
addictive.
are, they're gonna be like, when?
right. Yeah, I know it's still
Yeah.
it's gonna
Man,
be
you know,
shoddy in a lot
Fuck
of
it,
cases.
dude. You know, if I play that demo and you know the first like say I'm playing Revenge and shit, I only needed to play like 20 seconds of that bullshit. All right, so like that kind of feature would be useful for me because I didn't have to wait for the whole demo to fucking download.
Oh, that's actually really true.
You
That's
know,
a
you
good
don't have to
feature.
spend a long time to be playing some shit game. You can just sit there, play that game, and be like, okay, this is pretty bad. I don't think
Cancel
I'm even gonna
download.
try to- yeah, exactly.
It'll definitely streamline trying different demos and games out on their now expanded library of games. Also,
Yeah.
I mean,
And yeah, that's crazy.
But yeah, no, like, also, like I said, besides the design, not being able to play pre-owned games, just, I don't know, like I said, the presentation, they showed off more cool features it had, and rather than the games themselves, like they showed off Forza 5, like I said, which was, the graphics were on par with Gran Turismo 5, which came out like 3 years ago. And it was just them driving in a straight line, like, vroom, Forza 4. I'm like, okay, whatever. And they showed off Call of Duty Ghosts. Hey, innovative technology, guess what? You can blow up buildings. Pretty sure I could do that in Battlefield.
I could do that in Red
Yeah.
Faction.
I could do that in
That's
Red
what I'm
Faction,
saying.
you know?
Oh my god, like they were sitting there bragging about motherfucking destructible environments. I'm like, please tell me something that I haven't seen from 2002.
Yeah. What
love
else did
Red
they brag
Faction.
about? Did they brag about fucking, like, bunny hopping or, like, side strafing or some shit?
Oh, they were
no,
talking about
the
fucking
slide
dog.
button. You now have the option to slide in the game, and it's
Oh, it's like Mirror's
Yes.
Edge.
I love Bulletstorm.
Yeah, I love Bulletstorm, man.
Can't you do
Like,
that in
there's
Killer
games
7
already-
as well? Like, with Khan, at least? You
I
just
mean, even
slide?
in Call of Duty Black Ops, the
Um,
original, you had like a dive.
No.
No, it's a counter
No.
button, never mind.
Vanquish, you could slide.
Yeah,
and it
Vanquish
was
you
like
could slide.
boost sliding. That game was awesome.
I mean, we just mentioned two fucking games in first person in the same genre as that new Call of Duty game that fucking has the same slide mechanic. They're talking
new.
about vaulting over.
That's the whole point.
Yeah, you know, they're over here talking about vaulting over shit. That's not a new feature. That's something you've already done in your own game. You're forgetting the shit that you put in your own game.
Can you blame them? They made like 50 of them.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you know, old age.
You know what this reminds me of actually? When Halo 3 came out, right? And they're like, yo, check out this new grenade we made. It's like a spiky grenade. It blows up in like little pieces and the spikes go everywhere. And they had a knock on the door and it was just the Resistance full of man boxes just sitting there going, hey, I kind of did that 2 years ago. Hi.
Yeah. Did it go like, well, you fucking sucked anyway?
Wait,
I didn't like.
Resistance 1 was good. 2 was
I didn't like it.
3 was ass.
I tried all of them. I didn't like them. I don't know. It's probably just me.
That's probably just you. It teaches on.
Oh, yeah.
I like to
I'm an asshole.
No, we're assholes. We're very tame compared to me in Tokyo. Compared to Tokyo, like, this guy just goes ham on everything. He's like, man, look here. Rant starts.
Man, I'm sorry because here's one thing that I think we really do need to discuss, though, and this is kind of like the last thing I do want to discuss before we move on to the Wii U, at least on my end. The PS4 DRM issue with used games. They didn't actually come out and say that they're not blocking used games or blocking used games or whatever, dude. They said it's up to the publishers.
Well, like EA did state that they're no longer requiring online passes.
Yeah,
So
so
yeah, we might actually see a definite trend if they take advantage of that. I mean, if other companies take advantage of that
and
for
I'm-
people buying used games for the PS4.
and I'm pretty sure that all these publishers that just saw Microsoft stocks go down after they announced the whole not being able to play pre-owned games on their systems, I'm pretty sure they're smart enough to say, hey, I don't think we're gonna do that.
Yeah.
Just saying, like, I don't think we have anything to worry about. But if it does happen, then we're kind of fucked on that end.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so funny. I mean, this kind of tacks on to the whole Wii U conversation. Right after, the whole thing about like people in EA were saying that the Wii U is like shit.
Yeah.
They took back, like, and they said they're not making games for Wii U. Literally, like an hour after that conversation, they said that, like, they basically took that back and that they are developing games for Wii U.
Yeah, that's why Mass Effect 3 came out on it.
No. I mean, I'm saying an hour after the Xbox reveal, they're like, oh wait, we are making games for Wii U still.
Oh.
I was like,
Dude,
what the fuck?
they're
Damage
full-
control.
Dude, they're full of shit because the thing is, you remember when they actually had the balls to stand on Nintendo's stage at E3 and tell the world that, Frostbite 3 will work on the Wii U. You guys remember that shit?
Yeah.
They said Frostbite 3 will work on the Wii U. And those motherfuckers actually had the balls to just come out and be like, we're not giving the Wii U any support. There will not be a Madden 25 this year. They said that shit.
It probably is going to be one either way. Like, EA is so full of shit. That's why the last game I bought was about 2 years ago. And I'm sure Mario can guess, was Shadows of the Damned. I had no choice.
Yeah. We had no
Yeah,
choice
I
on
mean,
that
dude,
end.
they fucked that game though, dude, and that pisses me
I
off. Like
know.
that game actually could have been more ambitious, and it actually was too ambitious. I guess that's why EA was like, "Fuck it, man, we're gonna put our American dicks on this game. Suck our dicks.
Yeah,
I
like,
still liked it, but
No.
there wasn't a lot to it. That was the problem.
like, it was a great
Yeah.
game. No New Game Plus kind of killed it, and the whole replay value
Mhm.
kind of killed it, but it was an enjoyable game. But for what it was supposed to be, an open world survival horror, that would have been so much better.
That's crazy, honestly.
Like,
I
and
can't
that's
expect.
like Suda51 said, his most disappointed game was Shadows of the Damned. Despite its somewhat success it had or whatever, he was like, "This is not the game I wanted to make. This is the last time I work with a big corporation ever
Yeah,
again."
I remember that.
And maybe one day he'll make the game he wants to make and put Garcia in the right game. He'll be like, "Oh, Garcia's also in this game," and just release it. Who knows?
Yeah, right.
But
Well, they could totally do that. Platinum did that with Anarchy Reigns. They put like Jack and the Black Baron in, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't Mad World, but it was awesome.
I mean, but that's back to that issue about the DRMs, dude.
Yeah.
This is kind of scary because, like, I don't know, like, when you think about it, I don't know, man. It can either be like, once you put the game disc into the system, because they have that patented technology with it, you know what I'm saying? They could either permanently tie it to that user or the console, or they could just make it to where if the disc was sold, the game could either just be like a demo or something, or like, you can only play it like a certain amount of time, or you need to get like a fee, pay like a fee like you do with the Xbox One. I just think that blocking off used games is so fucking stupid, dude. Like, I don't think they should do it, man. Like, I understand they want to combat piracy, but at the same time, developers, publishers, if you ain't putting out fucking games that are making people want to keep it, that's your own fucking problem.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't make a non-replayable game like Heavy Rain and get fucking upset when people are buying the used copy of it and a lot of people are selling it and, so on and so forth. You can't get mad because once you play the fucking game, you don't want to touch it again.
Yep.
So maybe it's the problems with the games, people. I
That
mean,
game had no replay value.
yeah, and that's not like our fault. Like, it's like your game had no replay value, so we sold it and got some shit that we're always gonna be playing.
That's the problem with contemporary games. They like here's my thing with gaming today, like contemporary games or whatever. They're a lot like a glass apple. They're very pretty to look at, but you can't really do much with them. It's all about graphics and gameplay takes a hit. And it's all about this, everything has to be multiplayer. And the multiplayer is usually shit unless you're playing like a mainstream multiplayer game. You know what I'm saying? Like, here is God of War. Let's add multiplayer. What?
Oh my god.
And let's make
that
the
game was
storyline-
so average.
And then let's make the storyline last for 4 hours. Really?
Yeah.
4 hours for a God of War game? I'm pretty sure the old ones were like over
See-
12. Like,
To me, Nintendo still understands that at least sometimes that graphics don't make the game.
Mhm.
Like N64, F-Zero X was originally supposed to look fucking beautiful,
Oh,
but they're like,
God,
wait,
dude.
the FPS is gonna suck dick. We gotta down the graphics and make it 60,
Mhm.
and it looked fucking awesome. Just because like playing it looked awesome, you know, because it looked so much better than every other game just because of the FPS, and they knew that was important for that kind of game.
And also at the same time, I felt like, the limitations of that system and what they wanted to do, dude, them guys are creative. They made it work. They made it happen.
Yeah.
Babe. You know what I'm saying? They didn't sit there and complain, oh, we don't have this many. Man, shut the fuck up and make the game. Make the game you wanted to make. Make it happen, dude.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, dude, you cannot tell me that they didn't have greater, bigger plans for a game like Mega Man X1. They made it fucking happen, though, with that game. And that is one of, like, the greatest games ever made.
Yeah, that's when
Make it
Capcom was
happen.
good.
Diddle-doo. Let's not get into that now because we have to save that for
Yeah,
sometime
I'm sorry.
later.
We're definitely off track. I'm sorry.
Ooh, gets me fired up.
Blood boiling. But yeah, like,
Wii U, man. I'm gonna say this much now. Quote. Let's start off with this quote when we're getting into the Wii U. Never, ever bet against Nintendo, man. They will fuck your world up. I'm telling you. Never bet against Nintendo.
Yeah, man, totally. I mean, people have been buying Wii U's recently just because they said Smash Brothers is going to be in the next Nintendo Direct. Like, people are already getting like fucking hype, you know, which is like that. I mean, I don't know how you guys felt about Brawl, but people are still going to get excited for another one.
I mean,
you
like,
know?
Brawl was alright. Like, I liked Brawl. Like,
It was fun
because
to
even
play.
so, I play Smash Brothers at a casual level. Like, I mean, I can get into
Same
it
here.
and like get competitive with my friends, but I'm not gonna be like, the typical Smash player and just be like, must win, use Falco all day, must win, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be like that player.
You can have fun with the game
Yeah,
too.
because it's a party game. It's not a fighting game. Let's be serious here. And all those people right now who are viewing this podcast are saying, hey, it's a competitive game like Street Fighter. No, it's not. Don't kid yourselves,
Not
guys.
really. It's
not
so
at all.
simple.
Yeah.
It's so simple.
The only Smash game that had depth was Melee. That game had depth.
And like,
If you know how to
and like,
play it.
yeah, and Sakurai went out and said like, I don't know why people think my games are competitive. Like, he legit said that.
And that's why
So
he
it was
added the
fucking
trip
hilarious.
function. That's why he added the trip function. Like,
I remember
Oh my
people
God,
saying-
Lee, I'm having flashbacks, dog. We were just on the phone talking about this the other day.
Yeah, we're talking about this, just like how ridiculous it is that people play Brawl at a competitive level.
That's so
It's like,
stupid.
I don't know, dude. It's just completely. I mean, I like the game. It's fun.
Yeah,
but, I
it's a
mean,
good game.
Just, yeah.
like I was
People
at work
really lose
today,
vision.
and I know Tokyo, before we had the podcast, we were talking about don't fully trust like the reps that because they're just people that work for the company. But I was talking to the Nintendo rep because he came in today. Nice guy, by the way. And I asked him, what's the deal on Super Smash Brothers? And he smiles. He goes, actually, I was just told that in the next few weeks they're gonna release like a teaser like trailer for the new Smash Brothers. It's gonna have two people fighting against each other, like most likely
Oh.
Mario and Link.
Link probably.
Link and
Yo.
Mario.
Look here, Capcom. Don't be a bunch of punk-ass jabronis. You got to let Nintendo have Mega Man, dude, and put him in that game. If Mega Man shows up in the next Smash Brothers, I will be there for that Smash Brothers, dude.
You know what I would
will
actually
fucking
like?
be there.
Because Suda51 after Brawl's release, he was like, you know what? It'd be really cool if Travis Touchdown was in a Smash Brothers.
Yo.
If Travis Touchdown is in the next Smash game, bro,
I don't care how shitty he is, I'll main him.
Me too. I don't get it. But
Yo,
now
that'd be too much, dude. That'd be too much if Mega Man and Travis was in the same game. I'd cry. I'd cry.
I'd cry.
I want Simon Belmont in there just because like he has all those fucking like all the like he can throw like holy water and
Yeah.
crosses and shit.
You
I'd
got-
love that.
You gotta understand one thing though. If they're gonna put any Belmont in the game, it's probably gonna be Richter because it's like the fan favorite.
Gabriel, dude. He's the coolest. He's actually Dracula.
Oh,
Or Alucard.
but
Yeah.
like
Such
honestly though, you know well enough that Snake and Sonic are gonna be permanent characters in the roster now because
You
everyone.
think so?
Yeah,
Oh, there's the Sega Nintendo partnering.
yeah. So
Yeah.
Sonic, yes. Snake, no.
I don't know
And
about that, man. Snake, I think Kojima will be like,
Sakurai is really good friends with Kojima.
yeah.
Oh, really good friends, huh? I knew something was up.
But they're probably going to be in the game again, which would be cool. But then we'll probably see like Shadow in the game or
I
Oh,
really don't want to see
put a
Shadow.
gun to my head.
Oh, he will. He got one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
He'll do it.
Oh man, but let's actually before we get even more sidetracked, let's just go into the Wii U since we're talking about
Oh, yeah,
Smash Bros. Game anyway.
Actually,
you know, the system's apparently like I know this is trust me. Listen to my argument real quick. It's 50 times more powerful than the PS3 apparently, but 20% less than the next Xbox, whatever the fuck that means. What I want to make a point of with that that rumored statement, power isn't everything.
oh yeah, I was actually talking about that with a friend. This is for example. They're like, if someone asks like, who's the best artist? They're like, duh, the one who has the most fucking paint. Like that's the same exact thing, you know?
Yeah.
And to say who's the best artist is like just
Incredibly objective.
yeah,
It's like-
very
it's-
objective actually.
Yeah.
Very objective because one person be like, oh, this artist is really cool, but one person won't see it as art. Like,
No, but I'm saying the most paint is a shitty argument, just like the most power is the best system.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it's the best system at
Yeah.
all. Look at the N64. I mean, actually, I think the N64 was more powerful than PS1. It was just the disc. I mean, the space on the games that was
Yeah.
the huge. That was the big,
It was the format,
thing.
but that was also an interesting period of gaming, just because the fact that was like we were jumping from left to right movement into 3D. So like we were seeing some very experimental shit during that time.
Definitely.
I miss cartridges, man. I miss not having to load or
Yeah, me
install.
too, dude.
Those are the days.
Yeah, and you can just like throw them around, put them in your backpack or something. Like discs are so just like volatile.
Fragile. But the only thing
Yeah.
is though, at least you could like, you know, there's DLC. You can like take out the disc and stuff like that. They tried doing that with Banjo-Kazooie with the stop and swap, and that was just a failure.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look at the Vita. Now it went back to cartridges.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that is true because
Yeah.
they are like those little carts. Yeah, like
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean like that's a good decision actually.
But yeah,
So
let's
that-
get.
and
When you
that's
get, like,
pretty
a Sony
impressive when-
standard.
It's less power consuming, honestly, than the disc running.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean just like faster read speed and everything.
Yeah, yeah.
But let's talk about this Wii U, man. I mean, like, what are you guys' thoughts on the Wii U besides specs and stuff like that? What do you think about the overall system? Like, not factoring games for a second. Let's factor in the system and its aesthetics.
Do any of you guys have one?
I actually,
no, I actually
want one.
wanted to hear Henry talk about it.
Yeah.
Because he actually has one.
I mean, it was slow at first. The update definitely fixed it. It's a nice little system, and I like how you can always go on the Miiverse, that giant forum. You could go on it any time. You could suspend your game anywhere, and you can go on it. I think that's really cool. I think that's something that, like, well, apparently PS4 will implement something like that. Like, you go to the PlayStation Store in the middle of a game. That's cool.
They should also have like I think the PS4 has that that PlayStation profile or whatever.
Yeah, it's cool that the Wii U is being more sociable, but like in a way that it could be integrated in the game. Like when you die in certain parts in Mario, like you see people's messages pop up and shit. Like
Like
I think it's
Dark
cool. It's exactly what it reminded me of. And I'm like, I hope the new Legend of Zelda has something like that too.
It's like I would totally troll a Mario, then it'd be like, warning, dragon ahead. You're like, wait, what? Dragons in Mario? The fuck?
Yeah.
I'd be such a troll.
Yeah,
That does
like
sound like a really cool way of getting like actual like expanding social gaming.
yeah. I remember when you like got high scores in Nintendo Land, it's like, oh, right here, other people will see your thing. Like that's so cool.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty cool.
It's a fun system, honestly. I think it's pretty cool.
And that sounds right for Nintendo, man. They make fun systems. Like
Yeah.
I mean that's what it's really about anyways.
It's not about
Yeah.
like being able to watch TV or to make coffee.
That was another thing. That was another thing when it was like Xbox was like it can control your TV. I'm like, Wii U already does that.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
can literally use it for everything. You can use it for your like. I'm not just like the regular TV remote. You can use it for your fucking set-top box remote.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think that's pretty cool that you're like from what I was seeing, how you can actually like say like if you're sitting there chilling with your chick or something, and she wants to watch fucking Martha Stewart or whatever the fuck, you can actually keep playing your game on your controller.
The
And I was
off-screen,
like,
yeah.
that's pretty tight. Like that is really cool. Like I mean, it might sound like nothing, but I just think that's a cool idea to just be able to like kind of play the game like wherever you are in your house.
It's
You
nice
know what
because. Go ahead.
No, you're talking first.
I mean, it's cool because like the Wii U and the PS3, like in my house, for example, it's hooked up in the living room to the same TV. So when people are playing on it or watching something, I can just do off-screen Monster Hunter and just fucking, it's just the same, just as well as on the TV. shit like that. It's really convenient.
That's what I was going to get.
It's not something everyone could use, but it's still a really nice feature.
That's
Yeah,
what I was
it's
going to
definitely
get at
something.
and shit. Like, it's
Yeah.
it's necessary convenience. Like, there's two different forms of convenience. There's unnecessary convenience, like, oh, backwards compatibility, like, it's cool, but it's not necessary. And there's necessary convenience, like with the Wii U, being able to play on the tablet while either another game's being played on the TV from a different system, or you're recording a movie or just watching a movie, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
it's just, it's necessary because it just solves the problem of, oh, Timmy wants to play this game, but I want to play this. It's like, well, wait your turn, faggot. And you're like, what'd you call me? I called you a faggot. Ma, Timmy called me a faggot. You could actually just switch and play now. It's just, it's perfect. It is.
Look here, Nintendo managed to find a cure. Look, I've always wanted to take a shit and play a video game. Nintendo made it happen, baby.
Yep.
I'm just saying, Nintendo made it happen. You can take a shit and play a video game finally at the same time.
I mean, I did that with my DS already.
And
but-
my Game
No,
Boy
but I'm
Color.
saying with a
Oh, my
console
Game Boy,
game.
yeah.
Oh yeah, no, definitely, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, like it's like shit. I don't gotta pause the game no more. I can stay in the game.
But I wanted a Wii U for, obviously the Smash Bros. Game coming out.
Fire Emblem Cross.
Fire Emblem Cross, Shin Megami Tensei, the next Fire Emblem game by itself to be on there, and Pikmin
Wait,
3.
Wait, Crush or Fire Emblem Crush?
No, Fire Emblem Cross, Shin Megami Tensei.
Oh, it's being made for Wii U?
Yeah.
Yeah, exclusive.
Oh, I assumed it was like a 3DS game.
And
Wow,
the best
awesome.
part, they're using the main SMT characters from 1, 2, 3, and 4.
And 4.
No Persona weeaboo bullcrap. I don't have
You
to
don't
deal
like
with that shit.
Persona?
I like 1 and 2. And that's not
Yeah.
me trying to act like a hipster. I like 1 and 2 because they were dark and atmospherical. 3 and 4 is like, hey, you want to eat some Pocky and add people on Facebook? Let's do it.
Yeah, that's what I keep hearing about. Like, oh my god, I'm dating 5 chicks in Persona 4. I'm like, is it a dating sim? I thought it was more serious. than
It's
that.
like a school sim. Let's take social studies homework. It's like, how about
Hey,
don't?
Ito, you're regurgitating the last episode.
Yeah.
Refer to last episode.
Oh, okay. Well, I wasn't here. My bad.
No, you're all good. No, he was just
I-
he went off on Persona 4 because I remember remember that series, and then I was just like, go ahead and blow him up, dude.
And I was just
And he
like,
did.
ooh, I fucking spin my little wind up key on my back, and I was just like, and that was it. But
I don't know. I'm looking forward to a lot of the games coming out much later. I'm just worried about like how long it's gonna be before we actually start seeing these games. Because like, I mean,
Yeah.
Nintendo announced like 8 freaking awesome games, but you're only gonna see 2 of them this year: Yoshi's
Yeah.
Yarn and Wind Waker HD, which both look incredible, by the
Yeah.
way.
Oh my
But-
god, Wind Waker HD, I know.
you know,
It'll be nice to have people experience that because a lot of people. I honestly think a lot of people like didn't bother looking into it when it was new.
yeah.
Yeah,
but
especially
now-
because of the cell shaded nature of it, they're just like, oh, this kind of looks shitty.
Yeah, but like I have like older people like around my age and like kids alike like pre-ordering it. I'm like, oh, it's so cool. You're actually looking forward to this game. You know?
Yeah.
That's- I like that a lot.
I like it a lot too, man. Like, it's just seeing a remake of Wind Waker is cool, but the one thing I have a problem with that is like, okay, I understand, you're remaking Wind Waker, you're gonna make it like a much more artsy, appealing game to all Zelda fans, right? But the game's not that old. Like, I was expecting a remake of Majora's Mask because that game needs a HD remake badly. Because
No, I would have to disagree with you because, dude, like, if you're gonna bring that argument up, then like obviously, like they look that and Ocarina look so similar, people would just be asking for Ocarina first, dude. You already know how it works.
But
And
I'm
I mean,
just
like,
not- I'm
the,
not saying
the fan
like
base for Majora's Mask, just people who know about it and play it, is so divided because there's a lot of people that don't like that game too. And I'm not saying that
I'm
it's
being
like-
biased though. I
Yeah,
will admit
exactly,
I'm
yeah.
being biased,
Yeah,
but because it's my favorite Zelda. But like, I'm just saying, like, if you remade it from the ground up and like change the
That's funny.
graphics, what?
Yeah,
That's funny that it's your favorite Zelda. That was like the creepiest fucking one.
I love
No,
it.
I mean,
That's why
shit,
I like
that's
it.
the best one,
Shit
dude.
was
All the side
weird.
quests. I mean, dude.
No, it was great. I loved it, but that's funny because like I don't know which one's my favorite. I don't know. I didn't
mean,
like
I haven't played Majora's Mask, but Wind Waker is probably my favorite, honestly.
Wind Waker's good. Twilight Princess is alright. I didn't finish Skyward Sword. I don't know. I just didn't bother.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of got bored.
You should.
I
Let's
don't
do
know,
it.
the combat actually, believe it or not, even though all those reviews said, like, oh, this has to be some of the best combat in a Zelda game, I thought it was actually kind of one of the more boring ones just because you had to kill enemies, like, using certain types of slashes and shit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, it just felt like really just... I did that. It was the first Zelda game I realized, like, I was playing the developer's game. I wasn't playing a Zelda experience
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
And it really does just feel like it slows down the combat for me.
Yeah.
Honestly. Like just motion controls in an action game don't work. Like I don't know. Not to say that it's an action game. I
Just
mean,
letting
like,
you know,
any kind
Lee, you should get on playing Majora's Mask. You should get on that.
It's a good game.
It's a very good game. I mean,
It's different.
I
It's
actually
very different.
I had a customer today who pre-ordered Wind Waker, but
Yeah.
he's never played Link to the Past. And I said, go home now. Get
That's
it.
weird.
Download
That's
it. I don't
all
care
those
what.
played.
Just get it.
Because, like, he started with freaking Ocarina, because, like, he's like, oh, what's Legend of Zelda? He heard of Link from Smash Brothers, so that he bought Ocarina as soon as he found that there was a game on it for the 64, and he's been playing it ever since. He's like, I know Link to the Past, I just never played it. I'm like, why don't you just buy it on the network? He goes, you know what? I will. I'm going to go home and buy it. And he just left.
But yeah, I started Ocarina as well. But I eventually put Link to the Past. It's good, but I don't think it's nearly as good as the later games, honestly.
Oh.
I mean, I kind of like I really am a fan of the Nintendo Capcom Legend of Zelda's from. Like,
Yeah, Seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, Seasons of Ages. Yeah. Those
Yeah.
are great. They're really underappreciated, I feel like. For
All the Game Boy offerings were pretty underappreciated,
Yeah.
dude. For
Yeah,
real.
they really
Like,
were.
They were
They
getting
really were.
shit on. Like, honestly, I cannot believe people honestly have the balls. Here, hold on. Let me shit on you Majora's Mask hating motherfuckers out here. I'm gonna shit down your throat real quick. Liz, open up. All right. Look here. You guys always ask for, oh, I want a new Zelda experience. Well, motherfucker, where were you when Majora's came out? Oh, I hate that game. Yeah, I don't like going back in time. All right, well, Nintendo's going to go ahead and try something else with Wind Waker. I don't like the graphics. All right, I guess we'll go back to realistic style with Twilight Princess. This game's okay. What the fuck, man? Like, at that point, shut the fuck up and just play Ocarina of Time, okay? For the rest of all fucking eternity. I am so goddamn sick of hearing about how Ocarina of Time is like this standard for Zelda. Since when? Zelda is about a brand new adventure every fucking time. Either come out and say you just like Ocarina of Time or you're a fucking Zelda fan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I
agree.
like Ocarina of Time a lot, but I think most of it is just because of the fact that I could beat that entire game without reading a single piece of text. I don't know if I would like it as much as because I mean, it's not that my opinion changes; it's things change. You know, for one thing, I used to actually really not like Silent Hill 2. Now I love it, but that was a long time ago, you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, shit could change. I mean, I'll play Ocarina of Time. I'll fucking destroy it. I'll play Master Quest and destroy that too. But I don't know if it would be different if like I experienced it again.
I just don't feel like people are giving the other games a shot because they're basing it off the first game they ever played or something. You know what I'm saying? It's like that is not the standard that you shouldn't impose that on Nintendo because these guys are actually trying to bring some new ideas every time with the
Yeah.
Zelda games.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
then like a prime example of why I personally don't like Twilight Princess, and this isn't me gonna be ripping on the game because I think it's still a decent game. It's a game, in my opinion, felt like it tugged and pulled between trying to appease Ocarina fans and then actual Zelda fans. And when I mean actual Zelda fans, they kind of try to went towards like the more darker approach of like Majora's Mask again. But like I don't know, it's just like at the same time it felt like I was playing another version of Ocarina again.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's
Does that
a lot
make
of people
sense?
that were like calling for that though, the darker tone, especially after Wind Waker. Just like people got tired of Kid Link, Four Swords, things like that.
But
Four Swords Adventure was amazing.
But
Yeah,
the-
no, it was fun.
But the thing is, though, like, in every single Zelda game I've played, aside from Twilight Princess, the experience has always felt different. The handling, just the overall atmosphere and just play style of the game. It's like, okay, like Majora's Mask feels similar to Ocarina of Time because they run on the same engine, obviously, but like the actual overall presentation of the game is different. When you play Twilight Princess, you expect new system, new engine, new way of playing it, like with Wind Waker.
Yeah.
It plays a lot like Ocarina, and it's just like it seems too familiar for me. You expect a new experience, but it's not
Yeah.
there. I mean, you get a wolf, which you have to go through a dungeon like
Wow.
again.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Being
I
a
mean,
wolf is
towards the
just
end of the
inconvenient.
game, it had
Transformers are stupid.
I mean, towards the end of the game, it had like that weird Tron type aesthetic to the
Yeah.
game too. Like when you're in the Twilight Realm or whatever. Like I don't know, it's a weird ass Zelda game. And I mean, at the same time, I respect it because they did do few things new. But like I said, it tugged and pulled between trying to appease two type of Zelda fans and just ended up a fucking just mess to me, dude. So
I
hardly
kind of
ever go
like
back
that.
to it.
Yeah, I like that Tron aspect to it though, but I didn't really like how Skyward Sword, the Master Sword Fairy or whatever it is, talks like a robot. I felt like it was a little bit too similar. Like they're just trying to bring back the like sci-fi element, and I don't know. It's kind of a one-time thing for me.
But speaking of Zelda, I mean, what I want to talk about with the Wii U, now going back onto the Wii U again, I like the fact that Nintendo is paying attention to their fan base and releasing good games on the marketplace. Like, they just released Oracle Seasons of Ages on the as downloadable on the marketplace, and they just released Super Metroid.
Yeah, for 30 cents.
Yeah.
And Super Metroid for 30 cents, and if you buy both Oracle games, you get like a discount. So I encourage people to get both, which is really cool.
And you know what's crazy? When I was talking to the Nintendo rep today or whatever, I asked him, is Earthbound ever coming on? And he goes, yeah, we just recently announced that Earthbound's coming as a downloadable game for the holiday season.
Yeah, for Wii U.
That's dope.
So,
a
lot of people are gonna actually get to play it now.
Yeah, and a lot of people will buy a Wii U just for that game, because as of recently, I checked on eBay and stuff like that. Earthbound, with just the game itself, is close to $200, just the cartridge.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
And mind you, Nintendo's actually handled DLC fairly fucking well too.
Yeah.
And let me explain for those of you guys that don't know about this. They just recently announced Super Mario Luigi, or Super Luigi U.
Yeah.
And the way they're handling that is the digital version, people, developers, publishers, take fucking notes right now. They are actually charging less for the digital version as DLC to add onto your actual game, $10 less than the fucking retail version.
That's so
where you get
unheard
nice
of.
case, a nice disc, everything.
Honestly, I'm thinking about buying the retail version, just keeping it sealed. That shit's gonna be fucking rare. I know it.
Yeah.
That green box is awesome.
I mean, but that's how you do DLC, like retail or physical, or
Definitely.
or digital release. Like, that's a great way of handling it.
Mm-hmm.
And if I could never understand that. Like, why are some of these PSN and 360 games as expensive as the retail version? I don't get a fucking manual. I don't get a box. I don't get a case.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't get a disc.
You don't get the
Should at least
joy
get a
of opening
discount.
it. Yeah, you don't get a joy
it should be
opening
at
it.
least
Discount.
$10 to $15 cheaper.
Yeah, I mean, people think I'm some people think like people are asses for like this, but like I like physically collecting games. I'm literally looking at my collection right now, and I like it. Digital just doesn't do as well for me. I mean, if it's the only way to get it, obviously I'll get it, but I'll never pick it over physical copies. That's why I got mad when they announced Phoenix Wright 5 for America, digital only. Like, come on.
What's
that
funny?
was a damn shame, because I just don't understand, like, I can understand you got the married gamer. His wife might not like all the clutter, and he might not want to throw out all his cases and just put them inside of like a disc sleeve. But on the other hand, though, is it really hurting anybody to actually release a physical version? I mean, like I said, you could fucking buy a sleeve to put your games in.
It's going green, I guess.
It's the whole going green thing. Like, there's this whole obsession. Like, I feel like this is not even related to games. Just going green is just like a fucking fad. Like, people are trying to market off of it now, which is just pathetic. It's like, oh, let's market off of saving the Earth. How about we just save the Earth? This is my 2 cents.
I think the Earth can take care of itself, but I think we're the ones who should be fucking worried. We to think that we're so arrogant that people haven't existed before us.
Yeah.
Like, shit, and they didn't have nearly as much trash as we did.
Yeah, but like going to what you said before, Henry, about you rather have like hard copies of games. Like, I'm literally looking at my collection as you're saying that, and like, for example, you're upset that Phoenix Wright's going to be DLC here. When Siren Blood Curse was released here, and Tokyo informed me about it like a while ago, it was DLC only. I just imported the European copy, and I have it sitting in my room right now, and it works on my PS3. I'm so happy I have it, and I paid less for that copy than the actual PS3 version of that. So
can't do that for 3DS. You can't do that for 3DS. It's region locked.
I know. Otherwise, I would have imported the SMT4 Shin Megami Tensei 3DS XL Special Edition. But
I saw that.
It looks amazing. But like, I honestly think if we're gonna compare the systems, like, side to side in terms of fun, being more entertaining and just overall aesthetic, the Wii U has it. I mean, we haven't seen the PS4 design yet, but like the Wii U seems like a very fun system. It appeals to nostalgia gamers who want to, have their old games for cheap and being able to transfer all the old purchases from the Wii U over or whatever, and just like being able to play while other people are doing stuff on the TV. It's just overall just a more convenient and fun system. But in terms of power, the PS4 and probably the Wii are going to be better, but like we just said, power isn't everything.
Yeah.
And the Wii U is also more affordable. But
yeah. I mean, that's been Nintendo's edge for a while now.
Yeah. But one thing I want to talk about the Wii U and the Nintendo. First of all, what do you guys think of the tablet controller?
I mean, I don't really think it's that. And from what I've used, I don't think it's that ergonomic, but it's definitely a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
It's a lot lighter than most people thought.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
when
small.
I got to play like in July, like the special event, and I was actually really impressed. It was what made me decide, like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna, because I honestly wasn't sure. But when I went there, I was like, this is nice. It's light. It's responsive. It was cool. Well, I have one now, so of course it's cool.
I kind of like it. I think the touchpad's really cool. I think it's kind of obscene that it's $150 to replace.
Yeah, good thing I take care of my shit.
Yeah, but
I do have to admit too, man. Like, all the praising for Nintendo, I still will stand by it. But if I could offer one criticism for you, Nintendo, man, you don't need new IPs necessarily. You need to use your fucking IPs. Sin and Punishment is your property. F-Zero still is your property.
Oh
Star
God,
Fox
don't
is still
remind
your
me.
property.
Don't
Like,
remind me of Zero. I just get upset.
Me too.
You know,
It's been
they
a
have
decade.
so many.
It's been a decade.
I mean, they have so many franchises. I just felt like they just kind of aren't using right now. Like, I mean, hell, who's to say that a new Advance Wars wouldn't be great? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
On a
Holy
console or
shit!
something?
I would love that on the Wii U.
Dude,
I'd love
imagine the map system and being able to move your character around on the fucking tablet and they just fucking battle on the screen. That'd be dope.
Exactly,
Oh my God.
that's what I'm saying. Like, they got some amazing things that they can do, especially with the Wii U now, dude. Like, I just think it'd be a shame just to throw all that away. I mean, because we already expect, like, the Mario Karts and those Zeldas, and yeah. What about a new Star Fox, bro?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that one company teased about a new F-Zero. I don't know if they actually meant it. So hopefully that means something. Maybe they'll show it at E3. You never know.
So,
I'm not at E3,
I
but
see.
not at E3, but you know what I mean.
but
Yeah.
that'd be really nice.
Well, actually, Nintendo already confirmed not to be at this year's E3.
Yeah,
They
that's
just
why
won't be
I
there?
like redacted that. They're just not
Oh
going to
my
be there.
God.
that's crazy.
But they're doing like the Nintendo Direct videos. They're gonna do a lot of them during that, and they said that Best Buys around the world are gonna like.
Oh
country,
yeah,
whatever,
you have the free demos for the new games coming up.
upcoming games. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to play some. I got to play like Wonderful 101 like at Comic-Con. That shit. Oh my god, I'm sold on that game.
What is it like?
Really, it looks wonderful.
It's like-
101.
It's like if Pikmin met like Beautiful Joe. It's fucking amazing.
Speaking about Pikmin, when we're talking about being able to use your IPs that you still had, I can't believe Pikmin 3 skipped a generation.
Yeah, they kept saying they were
Yeah.
gonna make one, but now there's a date. I got to play that one too at the event.
How is it?
Oh god, that fucking like. I mean, I'm not a graphics whore, but everything looks so well detailed like, compared to GameCube. Oh, it looks so nice. I didn't get to use like the Wii U game package. We had to use the Wii one because this was like a year ago, so I guess they didn't fully they didn't finish it. But even that was nice, you know, because the Pikmin 1 and 2 ports are really good.
Yeah, I just I hope that I want to see what kind of Pikmin they have in store, because when I just heard rock Pikmin, I just didn't like that idea, because I'm like, wait, Pikmin are plant based. Why are
It
they
looks like-
rocks? They look
It
weird.
looks so cool.
Because
I love it.
because rock Pikmin, okay, you could throw them at crystal walls and they break. You could have just given that power to fucking purple Pikmin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just feel like the rock Pikmin are kind of like a waste of a Pikmin, and you could have done something else.
Extra heavy Pikmin.
Yeah, or like fucking who knows?
I like it. I think it looks cool. But I totally get what you're saying though.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not trying to be like, you know, one of those Zelda fans who are like, oh, I want a new Zelda game. Oh, this one's not that good. I'm just pointing out, you know, just a criticism like this should. I mean,
No, yeah.
yeah.
But it from what I've seen, it's awesome. I got to fight that boss, like that big like thing with the big slug with like the shell on its back.
Yeah.
Not a
Oh,
shell,
yeah.
but like an armor.
Yeah.
It's so much fun, like tearing through it.
I feel like the bosses are going to be more in depth, because honestly, like, if you play Pikmin 2, purple Pikmin were so overpowered that most bosses got trampled by them. It was just like, blah,
Yeah.
blah, 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 done. That was
Yeah.
it. You know?
It was kind of fun though, honestly. You just had that like slow army, and you're just like, huh. They don't go very far. I don't know.
Yeah, it was just like,
Nah, it was
overpowered.
great.
It was like, oh, the boss is just like, look how big I am, and you have 4 purple Pikmin, throw 4. Oh my god, I'm dying, blah, 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 and they just fucking destroyed. It's
I
so
feel
Yeah.
like we've been talking a whole lot about, like, I feel like we're having fun talking about Nintendo. Like, I don't
I
know.
am
See,
actually
that's
having
a
fun.
testament,
This
man.
became the Wii U podcast episode.
Yeah, well, see, that just goes to show, man, Nintendo still has game, dude. Like, you guys cannot count them out. I've been reading all these fucking haters, dude, online. I'm just like,
Oh,
dude,
dude.
you guys don't know what you're talking about. I was like, dude, look here, I get, like, clearly Microsoft taught you how to be a douchebag. Like,
Everyone's saying Wii U, oh, it's gonna fail. It's gonna fail. That's what games are now. Everyone was saying the exact same thing about 3DS, and they said the exact same thing about DS. Look what happened. They are titans in handheld.
Speaking
And
Yo,
of,
I don't
I
think
honestly think the Wii U is gonna pick up. I think it will pick
it
up.
will pick up. It'll take some time, but it'll pick up.
But yeah.
Dude, you gotta wait. Nintendo systems, you gotta let marinate, dude, for a little
Yeah.
bit. You gotta let it marinate. They
But,
don't start off
I mean,
good.
At least they're coming out with Game & Wario, and I've seen some of this shit. It looks really good, and it's only gonna be $40, so at least it's like a cheaper game.
Yeah.
And it comes out next month, so I'm excited for that.
Wait, what is
That-
it? Game of Wario?
Game & Wario. It's like
Oh,
it's
okay.
like WarioWare, except it's not really like micro mini games. They're much more in depth now, and there's
Okay.
more variety to them. So I didn't get to play it at the event because I remember like they had it, but then like next thing we know it was over. But it just looks really fun. I don't know how you guys feel about those kinds of games, but I think it looks awesome.
They're fun to play because it's really funny to play WarioWare with your friends, and you have to do them really quickly, and your friend fucks up. You're like, oh, you're a pussy, and they're like, oh,
yeah,
man.
especially if you're drunk.
Yeah, oh yeah.
This is important for Nintendo to have those like party games on there too.
Definitely.
Oh, speaking of party
Can I-
games, oh, go ahead.
I wanted to ask you guys a question. It's been something that's been on my mind since we've been talking about Nintendo.
Mhm.
I think Nintendo should think about buying Treasure.
What is Treasure made?
Ikaruga?
Ikaruga?
Yeah, no. I mean recently. Don't even say Gunstar Superheroes. I fucking hated that game.
No, because they don't have the funds. to
They
be
made
making
Wario land on the freaking GameCube.
games.
You're right. That game was fucking great.
Wario
Ikaruga's
World.
great. But did they make anything this generation?
They weren't. No, they did, but I think they were all on 360. I can't remember what they were. I think all they did were put out mainly like ports of like or HDified ports of like Radiant Silvergun. I think Radiant Silvergun was like the
They-
last thing they put out.
Yeah.
They did, yeah. And I got Ikaruga on Xbox 360.
Oh wait, no, it was Bangayo, I think.
Oh, and they did the Guardian Heroes remake.
Yeah,
or
Guardian
whatever.
Heroes. Yeah.
They should
Which I heard
really,
was awesome.
yeah, they should buy Treasure. I mean, they could bring back all those old games. We can see Radiant Silvergun on the fucking Wii U.
Well, I just think like they did Sin and Punishment for the Wii. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I
Oh
think,
yeah, was it good?
Oh,
Yeah, it was
amazing!
excellent,
Sin and
dude.
Punishment's fucking awesome, dude.
I should play it.
You should.
I think I have it.
You're like
yeah,
one
that
of
was
those,
their actual last.
I backlogged the
This was
shit out of
insane.
my games.
yo, Henry. So you're like me. Then you're like, oh, this game. Like when you're a kid, you're like, yes, I'm gonna fucking play this game. But when you're like older, you're just like, oh, this game would look nice on my shelf. I'll play it
Yeah.
like 3 years from now.
I don't know why I unsealed some of them.
Anybody remember Mischief Makers?
Yes, I own it, dude. That
Yeah,
game's
they
so
made
good.
that. Treasure made that.
I didn't like that game actually.
What?
I know, isn't it weird? That's like an unpopular opinion.
Then again, I don't
I'm
like.
such a hipster with this shit. I like Silent Hill 4. I don't like Mischief Makers. I don't
No.
know. I'm a weirdo.
No, you're not a weirdo, dude. Because I don't like Super Mario 64.
I'm indifferent. I mean, I don't know. It was the first try. Oh, and I like Super Mario Sunshine. Apparently, that's fucking unpopular too.
Yeah, I mean,
I
Sunshine.
hate that game, dude.
I
like-
love
yeah.
that game.
Like, I like Sunshine more than 64 just because I have OCD obsession with cleaning things. And when I saw the dirt, I was just like, I'm gonna clean everything. And I just got obsessed with mashing the freaking button.
Nah,
and
dude,
shit.
you liked it better because it had better graphics. It's all about the graphics.
Speaking about that, man, like when we were just talking about before, like we're having fun talking about Nintendo and we have all these haters. I just feel like these haters only care about graphics. Like I actually had a customer in the other day and this kid wanted to get Skyrim. I was like, yo, I want to get Skyrim for the Xbox. So in my head, I'm like, oh, he probably is named Chad or Cody, whatever. So I immediately thought of Brandon. But
I do the same thing in my store.
we didn't have Skyrim. So he goes, oh, you guys don't have Skyrim? I'll just look for something else. I'm like, yo, bro, how about this? This game is $14.99. It's Elder Scrolls Oblivion Game of the Year edition. Not only are you getting the game previous to this,
All
but
the
it's
DLC.
it's all the DLC and it's better than Skyrim. He goes, no, I don't want to get it. I'm like, why? The graphics aren't as good. I look at him dead in the eyes and go, it's the same generation. What do you mean the graphics aren't that good?
Oh my
it's not
god!
as polished as
Tell me
Skyrim.
about it, dude.
And the dad just looks at him and looks at me and goes, who the fuck cares? Get the game. And the kid goes, no, I want Crisis 3. And Dad goes, "Really? Whatever, fuck it, let's go home." And then he just buy Crisis 3 and he leaves.
Crisis 3 looks nice, but it was so. I don't know. I didn't like it that much.
This is like the most overrated shit ever, but I feel like we could just ran off for a whole nother hour. But
yeah, but like,
I don't know.
But just to get back on what I was trying to say, like the fact that the reason why Nintendo hasn't been doing as good as it has been since 64 and GameCube is because the ideologies of most gamers nowadays have been focused on graphics. That's all they fucking care about, and that's why Nintendo has been kind of like in last place in these console wars because no one cares about fun.
Not in sales.
Yeah.
Not in sales.
Yeah. They only care about fun factor. They don't care about graphics. They don't care about fun factor at all. They're just like, I want a shiny game that's realistic, and I want to be able to see the crevices on people's head. I want to see all the sweat going down girls' boobies, and I want to see fucking shit, you know?
I like how you said boobies. I remember seeing an interview when they were talking about, like, this is before the Wii U came out. I forget who it was. It wasn't like Reggie. It was like some other representative for Nintendo. And they're like, oh, well, how's the, like, oh, everyone's excited for the Wii U because, like, people are saying, like, oh, it's going to have the high-definition graphics and everything. He says, like, oh, you know, with Nintendo, we're always about, like, how much fun they have, like, the kind of, well, how the gameplay is and how much people like it. And if graphics is what people like, then we're glad to show that too. He basically underhanded saying that graphics is the last thing we have in mind.
Thank you. That's what it should always be.
I love that he said that. He underhanded it so well too, without making he didn't sound like an asshole saying it.
You know, Reggie is the fucking man, dude. You know what I'm saying? I mean, dude, he coined the term "my body is ready." It's so good.
Yeah.
I love the one he said, "I feel like a purple Pikmin." I fucking
died.
So many purple penguins.
Oh shit.
But yeah,
man. It's starting to, I think we're nearing that time.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, we did talk about everything.
Yeah, I feel like we had too, because, I mean, we shat on the Xbox, you know, we talked about the PS4.
We shat on it a little bit too. Not really shat it, but we critiqued it.
I rubbed my dick on it.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't think we're biased. I personally have I have a 360, a PS3, Wii U. I have a Vita. I have a 3DS. I like something about all of them, but the Xbox One, I was just not impressed.
I mean, either, dude. Like, I have every system, like, minus the Wii, because I sold it to get something, and I'm gonna get it again because I want to play Fatal Frame 4. But like,
yeah, dude, I played it. It's fucking good.
I hear it's amazing, so I want to get a Wii to be able to get it. But like, honestly, next generation, I don't think I'm gonna invest any time at all into the Xbox One. I mean, granted, I wasn't gonna buy an Xbox regardless. I got a free Xbox from a friend. That's why I have an Xbox. But regardless, I mean, like, I'm gonna play my Xbox for Bayonetta because it's better on the Xbox, and I'm gonna play all the shops on there. So I mean,
yeah, it has more of them for some reason.
Yeah, whatever the case may be. But I'm not going to invest in this Xbox One right now until they release more because I'm not impressed right now.
Yeah, they're really losing a lot. Like, that's not the only console that's gonna have indie games anymore.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like, that's something like, you know, Fez and things like that were on the Xbox. There's people that I know that only have
Fuck that game.
Well, I mean, some people like it.
Fuck Fez.
It is kind of a pretentious game.
Yeah.
Well, actually, before we even end this, one more thing I want to talk about. I know we're kind of extending this or whatever. Speaking of console exclusives, have you guys noticed that the fact that not only does Sony have more console exclusives than the Xbox, they're all good exclusives?
Yeah.
I mean, that's easy when the Xbox One ain't show no fucking games.
Yeah. I mean,
talk.
I mean, Ito, you've noticed this working at GameStop when you like see the pre-order list. You notice the Xbox list is shorter now.
Yeah.
Than the PS3 one. It's fucking crazy.
Care about first party content. I mean, dude, all they gave a shit about, like, towards like the midway of its lifespan was trying to nab like timed exclusivity on the same shit everybody's gonna get in like a couple months or whatever. It's just it's stupid stuff, man. It's like
Gears of War, Halo, and Kinect. Who fucking cares?
I mean, you got Rare, one of the greatest developers of our time, and now you got them fucking basically, you know, fucking being janitors in fucking Bill Gates' mansion.
Kinect Sports.
Yeah. Oh, here's the developers of Killer Instinct, Donkey Kong, and pretty much everything dope under the sun that ripped your fucking eyes right out of your socket.
Perfect
and
dark.
Gonna make them scrub the floor.
Yeah, man, it's fucking stupid. I mean, like you sent me that video, that cartoon video of like it's like okay, we're Microsoft, and we have Rare here, and they have like this dude like on a dog leash, and he's like has the name Rare like on his shirt or whatever, and it's like we're here to talk about Kinect Sports. Anyone have any questions for Rare? Hey. When will you guys release the next Killer Instinct or like Honker's Bad Fur Day? He goes, well, we had ideas, and then the Microsoft dude punches him in the back of the head. And goes, no, bad Rare, bad doggy, you're a bad boy. And I'm just like,
stop. Like,
Yeah.
They did say they're going to release something, or Rare is anyways, bringing back an old IP.
Killer Instinct.
Yeah, probably
Killer
Killer
Instinct
Instinct.
was
They should just do Killer Instinct versus Mortal Kombat.
no,
Oh, God.
no, because NRS would make it, and they'd probably just listen to casual players and just balance, quote unquote, balance everything out and just ruin characters again.
Nah, I don't know. I mean, say what you want. I still think Injustice is fun. You know, I think
No.
NetherRealm Studios is a really competent company.
Oh, it's a fun game. It's just, lol. Anyway, I'm done.
I know how you are about it.
So, gentlemen,
What?
that's basically it.
All right, cool.
End of the road. We're about to head into fucking overdrive. No. But yeah, take it easy. Thank you guys for having coming onto the show today. I
Yeah.
really appreciate you guys being here.
Yeah.
Honestly, any time.
Word.
Yeah, it was fun discussion, and hopefully we see a bright future from Sony, Microsoft. Hopefully you get your shit together and lay off the pipe. And Nintendo, good fucking luck to you. We love you. I'm Tokyo Bassist,
And I'm Hideshira.
and thanks for watching.
Godspeed.
Bye bye.